Hi fam, thank you for joining in. I'm going to be quick today. Please subscribe, turn on the notification bell so that whenever I post anything that is going to be impactful, you're the first to know. On today's topic, balloon payments. Hey guys, we are buying cars that we don't afford. And unfortunately, salespeople don't tell us that. They don't tell you, no mancha, you don't afford that car at 250,000 rands or that car at 1 million rands. But at the end of the day, you'll be stuck with some extra loan that you might not be able to pay at the end of the first term. So let's quickly just jump into it. So balloon payment, in my own understanding, is when you don't have a deposit now. As you walk into the dealership or you don't have the deposit there. Instead of you paying that amount, you opt to say, I am willing to pay it after I've paid the initial amount of this vehicle, okay, or the portion of this vehicle. Let's say the car is 200,000, ne? So if the car is 200,000, that's the total amount of that car that you want, ne? It's 200,000, but your profile only qualifies for 150,000 rands. So what they do is they will quote you monthly installment based on the 150,000 rands and hold the 50,000. It's not a discount. They're holding that 50,000 on the side for you, the 150,000, because that's what you afford. And they don't want to lose you as a customer payer. They need to make a way for you to still take that car so that they can bring more cars and sell to other people. Okay. So now they say the 150,000 because it's what you qualified for according to your profile. They calculate your installment based on that. Okay. And with balloon payment, it's not a set amount or percentage. It depends on your credit profile. It might be 10, 15, 20, or even 50% of the initial amount. So now I'm just going to take away the percentages out because I don't want to make this thing complicated. So we'll just take amounts. So the 50,000, we're saying they're putting it aside, but they don't really just put it aside because it's a bank. I mean, they need to make money off that. So the amount they're saying we're putting it on the side for you to pay at a later stage or for you to pay after 5 or 6 years, they still charge you interest on a monthly basis. So the monthly installment that you pay for the car, which was calculated on 150,000, they still add interest on over. How about charging interest on 150,000? They charge you interest on how much was the car initially. The car is 200,000. So your interest would be based on 200,000. Okay. So now we don't know these things because we get excited to buy a car. You just go and sign and you get a car and everyone is happy for you. But then it bites you when you're thinking, yo, I've paid this car for 5-6 years now. I need to claim my papers. The car must be on my name. And that's something that I also learned for when you've got a car that is financed, it's not your car until you're done paying it. So it's one of the tricky things, but what can we say? Okay. So when you're done paying, you go to the bank and you're thinking, I'm going to sign it off. They're giving my papers. The car now belongs to me. And then you get there, boom, you didn't read the contract. It says you're still owing them. So yes, you finished paying the 150,000 rands, but you're still owing them the 50,000 rands. And it will be a sad story to tell should you not be aware of these things. Because one, imagine when you do that, you go there with the aim of getting done of credit, ne? You get there and they tell you or you still owe them 50,000 rands. And at that point, you've bought a house, your kids are now in a private school, or you've committed to other things and you can't afford another credit. And by that time, you don't even have a lump sum to pay them, and they can even repossess the car. So we need to be cautious when we're taking this when we sign these contracts, especially the loan. I would say I know some of us, including myself, are already in that boat. We learned late, or there's this thing called balloon payment. I'm talking to people that took balloon payment. If you didn't, man, you did a good job. But us who are already in the boat, what I can suggest is, because now your installment went down, your monthly installment went down, I would ask that if possible, you need to start saving towards the amount that you owe. Call the bank that you took the car under, ask them how much percentage it was, and you might find that you actually took a less percentage. It might be that now you have to budget for 10,000 rands. Do that, budget for it. Don't go and pay. My suggestion again, I'm not a financial advisor, by the way, so you need to get one to do things in the right way, okay? But my suggestion would be, let's say you now owe them 10,000 and you can afford to put that from your, maybe your bonuses, you can put that aside or pay it off quickly to make extra money. You know, we need to think like banks as well. I would say take that 10,000, put it in an investment, whatever portfolio, so that you gain interest as well. By the time you're done paying the car, I mean, if let's say you get 10,000 now and you still have 4 years to go, imagine how much interest you'd make from saving that money in an investment account. So by the time you take the 10,000 rands, you are left with some change, and that change is yours. You know, you can go pimp the car, you can change your tires and whatever with it, or you can even drive to Durban. Anyhow, save the money so that you also gain from it, but prepare for that balloon payment. Go and find out if you have a balloon payment on your cars. We don't want to cry at the end of the day. We don't want the car to be repossessed. Do that, because you never know that by the time you apply for refinance, it's also another thing. You don't want to be like, I've paid my car, and the next thing, no, you still have to pay the 50,000 of that car. Guys, we need to be careful of that. When you sign something that you understand. If you don't afford the car, don't take it. If you don't have a deposit and they say paid at a later stage, make it a point that you're going to save up towards that amount, because it is important. I love you, and I hope you share this with other people, and you keep subscribing. See you on the next one. Bye for now.